Okay, I think I'm live. Today, I want to talk to you guys about how to figure out how many calories you actually need to lose weight. Because I come across people all the time, I talk to people all the time, and they're cutting their calories drastically every day, you guys. I'm talking to somebody different who is on a different diet, like isogenics, for example, which is, I think, 1,500, 1,600 calories a day, or somebody who's keeping their calories under 1,800, or someone who says, I'm on this thing, it's like shakes, it's 1,200 calories a day, or even 2,000 calories a day. And I don't think that you guys understand, or most people understand, that you cannot just pull some number of calories out of the air and then use that to try and lose weight. Because if you are 6'5" and you're very active, you have different needs than somebody who's 5'5" and who's sitting at a desk all day. So the calculation has to be made based on how old you are, what your activity level is, how tall you are, and how much you weigh. So that's something that I do with my clients. It's also something that you can do. You can find this stuff on the internet. Of course, you can find everything on the internet. During this presentation, you can just put in the comments, I need help figuring this out. You can email me. I can run these numbers very quickly. I have this fancy spreadsheet that my husband made me that I can just put all these numbers into, and it'll give me exactly what you need, dependent on what your activity level is and, what you are dealing with in terms of weight, height, and who you are. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to get started. And like I said, if you want me to give you the number of calories you need, dependent on your activity level and your height and your weight and your age, just say, what should you say? Just say calories in the comments anytime during this presentation, and I will reach out to you. You can give me your information in private and I will run the numbers for you. Okay. So that you at least have a baseline to start with, because you guys, I feel like you're pulling numbers out of the air and it's just not going to work. Okay. I see it all the time. So let's share my screen. Okay. Okay. So here's how to figure out how many calories you actually need to lose weight and feel great. Hi, Norm. Thanks for coming. Okay, so I'll be talking about BMR. So the first thing I just want to tell you guys is what is BMR? And BMR is your basal metabolic rate. And that basically means the number of calories your body needs to perform essential functions like breathing, circulation, nutrient processing, cell production. So basically what your body needs calorically at rest. Okay, this is like if you're not doing anything. This is if you're sleeping. This is if you're lying on the couch. All right. So I'm going to go through specific examples because I think that's probably the easiest thing for you to understand. So example one is somebody who's 55 years old, so 55-year-old man, and it's different for women and men. So if you're eating the same calories that your wife's eating or your sister or a woman, it's not the same for you guys. It's different. It has to be specifically for you, your age, and the fact that you're a man. Okay. This man in the first example is 5 feet, 8 inches tall, 250 pounds, and moderately active. So, and I can show you the spreadsheet I use. But anyway, I put the numbers into the spreadsheet and this is what comes out. So if you are 5'8", you're 55 years old and you weigh 250 pounds, this is how many calories you need. You can see here where it says equals, this line is what your body needs calorically for maintenance, dependent on whether you're sedentary, whether you're lightly active, whether you're moderately active, or whether you're very active or extra active. Most people, if you're just walking, a few times a week, you're going to fall into the lightly active category. So if you're 5'8", 5'8", you're 250 pounds and you're 55 years old and you're lightly active, your BMR is 2,113 calories per day. That means that that's what your body needs just to survive, just to do essential functions. Okay. Maintenance calories are going to be 2,900. And if you want to lose weight and put yourself in a caloric deficit, you're down around 2,400 calories. So my problem is that you guys, most of you, who are, especially those of you who are dieting, are trying to get way under 2,400. Okay. I am 5'8". I'm moderately active. You know, I eat that much. Like I eat around 2,500 calories a day. So if you're a man and you're 250 pounds, I'm 145, it doesn't make absolutely any sense that you should be eating 1,800 calories a day, or you should be eating 1,500 calories a day on a diet like isogenics or one of those similar diets where it's really heavily calorically restricted. Okay. So another example, I just want to go with somebody a little bit taller. Example number 2, if you're a 62-year-old man, you're 6 feet 5 inches tall, and you're 300 pounds. So you're tall, like at 6'5", that's the same height as my husband, and you're 300 pounds, like you're big and you're tall, okay? So for that individual, someone who's 6'5", 62 years old, and 300 pounds, you can see here that even if you're just lightly active, a calorie restricted quote unquote diet would mean you would be eating around 2,900 calories a day. And that is for weight loss. Okay. That's to lose weight. So if you're 6'5" and you're eating 1,800 calories a day, your body's not even getting the amount of calories it needs to do basic functions. You're not even giving it your BMR, okay, or the amount of calories you need for just to sustain basic life functions. So what happens is your body, um, your body, it gets nervous. You're not giving it what you want. I'm just going to stop the share for a second because I want you to see my face. But if you are 6'5", if you're 300 pounds and you are eating 1,800 calories a day, and your BMR, or the amount of calories your body needs to do basic things, essential functions, is 2,300 calories a day, and you're only getting 18, you're not even giving your body enough to do the basic things it needs to do, let alone give you enough calories to have good energy, for your body to function optimally, for you to feel great. You're not going to be getting any of those things if you're eating 600 calories less than you need, or if you're eating 1,000 calories less than you need. It's just, guys, it doesn't make sense. Okay. So you really need to pay attention and try and get it through your head. And it's hard because in the diet industry and your doctor and everybody's going to have told you, you need to eat less and you need to move more. But once you move more, you actually need more calories. You need more energy. Okay. And then if you're eating less, you're screwing your metabolism up. Your body doesn't know what to do. Your body thinks it's starving. Your body wants to hold on to fat because it's wondering why you're starving. Maybe it's a famine. Maybe you're not going to get food. So it's holding on to your fat. So if you are making your portion sizes really small, if you are cutting your calories to very low levels like 1,800 and you're not losing weight, that's why. Okay. Your body doesn't know what's going on. Low calorie diets cause your metabolism to slow down. And this causes your body to release less energy at a time so that you can survive longer. Your body is smarter than you are. Your body is smarter than any diet you try to go on. So just quickly, I'm going to tell you what is metabolism. Your metabolism is kind of like a fire. Okay, if you suddenly stop adding logs or food to the fire, it doesn't burn better. It's just like a fire. It smolders and it dies down. So if, and we can go back to this quickly. If you are 6'5" and you're 300 pounds and you're lightly active, you need almost $3,400 calories for maintenance, and you're only eating 1,800. Your metabolism is not getting what it needs. You are not putting enough fuel on the fire. Okay. So metabolism on the most basic level is the process your body uses to convert the food you eat and the water you drink for immediate use or for it to be stored later. Okay? If you're not eating enough, your metabolism is not powerful and you will not have a lot of energy. And sometimes you won't even be able to lose weight because your metabolism has slowed down. Your body has learned to operate on fewer calories. And you know your metabolism's not working well if you struggle with weight loss, if your energy absolutely sucks, if you wake up in the morning and you are exhausted, if you have reduced your portions, you count calories, you exercise regularly, and you still cannot lose weight, your metabolism is messed up. If you lose weight but gain it back, if weight accumulates around the belly and the waist, if you need pick me up snacks and coffee to get you through the day, if you have cravings that are extremely hard to resist, and if you are always hungry, your metabolism is not working the way it should. Okay. And I know it's hard to wrap your head around the fact that eating less calories and exercising more is not going to get you lasting weight loss. I get it. Okay. I know it's hard to wrap your head around it. Your doctor's probably told you, just cut your calories, just cut your portions, go to the gym, exercise more, do all this stuff. And the diet industry definitely tells you to do that, but it's not going to get you lasting weight loss. It really is not. I see it all the time. And I want to tell you the story about someone I worked with recently. He is almost 50. He was trying to lose weight for surgery, upcoming surgery, and he contacted me 6 weeks before he needed to have the surgery and he needed to lose this weight. And when I started working with him, he was eating off of, he was sending me pictures of his food and his plates looked pretty good proportion wise, like whatever he had on them. But then he told me the size of the plate and he was eating off of side plates, off of tiny side plates. Those were his meals. And he had a 9-year-old son. He was eating less than his 9-year-old son. Okay. This is a grown man. This is somebody who works for, 12-hour shifts on his feet and he was eating on side plates. Okay. And his weight did not, he had been doing this, he had lost some weight, but his weight had stalled. He still had 20 more pounds to lose and his weight stopped moving. It had been 2 months. His weight wasn't going anywhere, even though he was reducing his portion sizes. He was exercising more. His weight did not start to move down until we increased the amount of food that he was eating. Okay. So it seems counterintuitive. I understand why it feels counterintuitive, but if you are not eating the amount of calories that your body needs to function optimally, sometimes your body will not drop the weight. Okay. It just won't drop the weight. So I know it's hard, but let me just ask you a question. Does everybody who eats less and exercises more lose weight and keep it off? And this could be you, this could be somebody you know, but does everyone who eats less and exercises more lose weight and keep it off? And the answer to that is a hard no. If you eat less and exercise more and calories in equals calories out, if those two things were true, that would mean that 100% of people who count their calories, who, keep their calories under 1800 or 1500 and they get their exercise would be thin and healthy. And, all we have to do is look around. That's not true. That's not the reality. So many people diet. So many people are trying all the things to get thin and healthy and it doesn't work. Okay. So what you need to understand is that you can double down and count every single calorie you put in your mouth. You can even starve yourself and work out every single day, and you might still never reach your weight loss goals. There might come a point, you might lose weight at the beginning, and then there might come a point where you plateau and your body will not let go of more weight, and you will not reach your weight loss goals until you fix your nutrition, until you give your body what it needs. Okay. And you power up your metabolism by learning how to eat right for your body. And that means that you take into account your age, you take into account how tall you are, you take into account how much you weigh right now and your activity level. You take all of those things into account. And if you do not do that and learn how to eat right for your specific body, you are going to struggle when it comes to weight loss. And what you need to understand is that you do not need to starve yourself. Okay. So ask yourself, could I eat food like this every day for the rest of my life? I mean, these are pictures of plates of food that my clients have sent me, these are normal, healthy plates of food. This is the food that my clients are eating and losing weight eating. You do not have to eat on a side plate. These are regular sized dinner plates. Uh, you can eat, not be hungry, feel full and satisfied, and still lose weight and have great energy while you are doing it. You can start to feel better, okay? And you should. These are my dinner plates. I'm 5'8" and I'm, about 140 pounds or 145 pounds, sorry, soaking wet. Okay. I eat a good portion. Like this is 2 chicken drumsticks and a chicken thigh with skin on it. And, definitely some juice from the chicken on my rice, vegetables, butter on the vegetables. You can eat food, you can feel satisfied, and you can still lose weight. All right. And I'm not going to go into my program today. I'm going to just mention basically that the way that I teach people to lose weight and take control of their health means that you will not have cravings anymore, or if you do, they're going to be manageable. Okay. So you shouldn't, if you're having cravings all the time when you're on a quote unquote diet, it's not putting your health first. Okay. You're not getting what you need. Cravings are a sign that you're not doing things right. All right. The people that I work with get weight loss, even if they can't exercise. They have reduced hunger. They're not as tired. Things like diabetes get resolved. I had somebody recently whose A1C went from 12 to 6.2 in 2.5 months. Okay. He was very strict. He was very diligent. I cannot guarantee those results for everybody, but all things are possible when you learn how to eat properly. Okay. This was somebody who said, when we started working together, I'm just hungry all the time. Like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. This is somebody who is now eating 3 solid meals a day and maybe 1 snack and does not feel hungry, feels satisfied and full. Okay. Sleep usually improves, stress improves. Your body gets into fat burning mode. That's what I teach you. Your belly fat starts to go away, your aches and pains, you get stronger. You're not losing muscle mass. Sometimes starvation diets mean that you're not only losing fat, but you're also losing muscle. Okay. And you have more energy. And to be honest with you, excuse me, that is how you should feel while you're losing weight. You should have more energy. You should feel better. You should be losing weight consistently. It should not be a lot of weight. It should be a couple pounds a week. That's healthy weight loss. That's what you should be losing. And you should be feeling good when you lose weight. So please, 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 if you want to know specifically what calories you need, just put calories in the comments, send me an email, send me a message. I will run your numbers through the spreadsheet that I have. It's fast, it's easy. I don't mind doing it for you. And then you'll be able to see what you need. What is your BMR? What is your body burning at rest? And what calories do you need for maintenance? And what calories do you need if you're trying to lose weight? Because you need to know that in order to lose weight in a healthy way and in order for you to keep that weight off. And you also need to understand that there are going to be times when you are moderately active and there are going to be times when you are sedentary. Some people that I work with have surgery. Their caloric needs change if they just had surgery and they're unable to move around for 2 weeks after. Okay. That could be like a difference of 500 calories a day. So you need to be able to understand what your body needs and when. You need to be able to listen to your body and adjust. And that's really what I try to do. I want my clients to be able to understand their body so that it can become their own nutritionists, so that when we're done working together, they understand how to navigate a little bit of weight gain, weight loss. They know how to navigate having surgery. They know how to navigate weeks where they're on their feet for 12 hours a day and still lose weight. Okay. So please just put calories in the comment and I will reach out to you. You can give me your information and then I can run those numbers for you. And maybe we can have a little bit of a talk about what you've been doing and I can help you understand why what you've been doing has not been working. Okay. And if you don't know me, I should have probably said at the beginning, My name is Trina Rise. I'm a holistic nutritionist. I'm an expert in men's weight loss, and I help men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s lose weight, keep it off for good, and finally get their energy and their vitality back. Okay. So, yeah, reach out. We can have a little chat. I hope everyone has a good rest of the day. Take care.